Snap, crackle, pop, fries, Krispies! This video is sponsored by Aiken Shoes. My buddy Nick, best driving shoe in town. Ugh, makes me faster. Okay, there's some burbles. I've been working with our friend over at Alpine, Alex, and he's going to remote in through my computer. We did a bunch of coding on the car. We did a DCT flash, and then we're also doing a motor tube. So I'm going to walk you through how that process looks. And then also there's a few other goodies that we've gotten, which we've got a M4 style rear carbon fiber diffuser, trunk lift. We've got a front splitter, which I believe is the GTS splitter. Not the GT4 or the GT1 or whatever, it's just GTS. I needed something that completed the look of the front end, but it wasn't just sticking out, because I have broken every splitter that I've put on our cars. This car, and I'll show you a picture, actually has had two different splitters, and they've both fallen off. So, and then in here we've got a bunch of wheel spacers, because I've decided to stick with the OEM ZCP wheels. And then we've got some spacers basically to dial in that fitment, because we need the back to punch out a little bit, and then this front, we actually got to drop it a little more on our KW springs. So we're going to have the wheel come out and just get that fitment on nice. You should be ready to rock. So, just to refresh, the car is bone stock except for the full Valvetronic system, which you can hear. And we're going to go drive it before it gets tuned to see if there's going to really be that noticeable difference in what we like to call the butt dyno. So how does it feel before the tune? How does it feel after the tune? What I'm expecting is the drivability to be better, to be more responsive, and just a smoother ride. I'm not really expecting to be like, whoa, that is more horsepower, you know? So the little bit of tuning that we're doing is going to be a 91 stage 2 tune from Alpine, because a lot of the work that we do with this car is actually across country, and so it's hard to find 93. And to protect this motor, I don't want to run a 93 tune and be continually putting in a lesser octane than that. So we've got that. We've got a low burble option above 5,000 RPMs, meaning if I accelerate hard and the needle crosses 5,000 RPMs and I let off, that's when the burbles will be activated. Anything below that, like for drivability, there won't be burbles from my understanding. So we are going to take it, do a quick jaunt around town, tune it, and then take another quick jaunt around town and see the major differences. Thanks to I&D Distribution, we've now got the yellow buttons because GoldenPeaks. As you can see, there will be a common yellow theme with this car. Typical V8, I need gas. We're gonna stop at a gas station quick, and then we'll rip it. E3 and 91, and all the options. We used to even have E85, but now Holiday bought it. This is case in point why I did a 91 tune. Because daily driving this and trying to find 93 every time would be difficult. This video is sponsored by Aiken Shoes. My buddy Nick, best driving shoe in town. Ugh, makes me faster. is my little Cottage Grove test track. I do a little bit of butt dynoing and some, you know, handling feels. Try to get a feel for how the car is before it gets tuned, because then we're going to drive it immediately afterwards and compare. Untuned, it just sounds glorious. Now we are quiet. Nobody knows it was us that was just screaming down the highway. I'm bored.
We gotta see what Jake's up to. Why did Jake
red calipers on that GLA?
Oh. Why did Jake pull up to the front yard?
He pulled up to the front yard because to tune this, he has to be connected to his home internet instead of his personal hotspot. Hello.
So, slight update, the car is now in the front yard of the house because I had to get closer to the Wi-Fi modem. The hotspot, which I thought would work to keep my laptop connected since Alex is coming in remote, does not work. So now we're close enough to the Wi-Fi modem to get a Wi-Fi signal, and he's in here doing stuff. I'm texting with him, and let me read to you the list of coding that we're doing, and then after the coding, we're gonna set the car aside, we're gonna let the tune map load, and then we'll go for a drive. All of the options I selected are Euro MDM, which basically allows traction control to come on later and then re-engage sooner. So if I start slipping, it cuts power, but then feeds it back faster. I disabled the seatbelt chimes. I got folding mirrors on lock and unlock. Got the double blinking European hazards, because why not? So you push it and it goes instead of just like, you know what I'm saying? I've got the removal of amber headlights side markers, so when I have just the halos on, the corner signals won't turn on until I turn my blinker on. I disabled my headlight washers because nobody uses that. I set sunroof to close when it auto detects rain because technology. I have adaptive headlights, so they're gonna sense and go bright and not bright for me, and I don't have to do that. Oh, I got, this is what I'm most excited for. I got what they call DVD in motion, where basically I can put a DVD in my CD player, it will play on the iDrive, and then when I put the car in drive and drive, I can watch a movie. Not me, my passengers, of course.
You can watch GoldenPeaks videos.
I got rid of the iDrive disclaimer. Every time you turn this car on, it says, warning, here's all the things that you shouldn't do while driving. I don't want to see that anymore. I got this thing called Enable Weather Band. Not sure what that means, but I selected it. Oh yeah, I got windshield wipers complete the cycle when I turn the car off. So if I happen to turn the car off while the wipers are dead center on the windshield, they're gonna close all the way before they stop. Oh, I got brake force display, so when I put a lot of force on the brake pedal, my hazards will actually blink really fast, like an F1. I disabled the gong noise when my key's in the ignition and then I open the door, it doesn't go bling on me anymore. He says ignore errors and noises on vehicle. Oh, he turned my fan on?
Oh, we got transmission malfunction.
Oh boy. That's a new one. Hopefully that's him. We are just waiting for the process to be done. Alex said just stay plugged in and don't worry about all of the error messages. As you can see, my dash right now is a Christmas tree. Whoa! I didn't do that. Look at it. It's doing it. Look at that. I got a Christmas tree in there. Literally every single warning light is on.
He's making your windshield wipers go crazy.
Oh, the dash turned off. The tuning process has begun. I've actually gone remote with Alex, and he is controlling my computer via Team Viewer. I'm making a copy of my current ECU. We're gonna save that, and then we're gonna load the new map. Now the other boys just went to go pick up some food because this process is actually taking a little bit longer than I thought. So I'm sitting here making sure the car doesn't die, making sure the computer doesn't die, and just chatting with Alex. I've got to say that this process has been really easy. He sent me very straightforward documents on how to select everything inside my tune for both the coating, the DCT flash, and the motor. So now it's just loading all up, and then we're gonna go for a drive. So, if you remember from the video where we bought this, we did our first baseline pull against that S4. Nothing has changed on that S4, but now this has been tuned. So, we're about to find out where it stacks in comparison to the last time we raced the S4. And then in the future video, we'll put it on a dyno and get you actual numbers. They made the shifts a little bit more like the F80 DCTs when you've got turbo spooling and you shift kind of early. So not at the high RPMs where it just punches you. This is more of just like a brrrr. So it kind of does that very similar shift as the newer BMWs. So let's do just a solid pull. This is the same highway we got on last time. We're starting in second gear. Okay, there's some burbles. I think that even though I asked for low burble, he gave me full burble. It went on forever. So the first thing that I realized now with the tune is that the pull is very much more linear. So as soon as I put the power down, or I push the pedal down, it doesn't feel like a really hard kick. Like before it kind of was like, and it would go. Now it just kind of goes, and it feels even smoother, which is kind of what I expected, I guess. The drivability of the car to be way up. The shifts are nicer, I can tell that already. Even if I put this in drive and just let the car do it, it kind of isn't lost anymore. There we go. Let's go from 35. I'm just gonna like roll in second for a little bit. The shifts are firmer. You can feel the back end kind of like we shift like skirt. Part of the stage 2, which we won't classify, gets rid of my check engine light due to free-flowing exhaust. So the car realized there's an increase of emissions through a check engine light. Because of the stage 2 tune from Alpine, it then gets rid of that check engine light and a few other things. I had a few other lights. The car feels, I think it feels healthier if I had to describe the before and after.
It is so insanely loud. On that second pull, I was like...
Were you giving it like full horsepower?
Yeah, on that second one. You took off after I had to shift into third.
Yes.
That first set of burbles that happened, it was like, I kid you not, it was a good 40 seconds of burbles. Just like.
Snap, crackle, pop, Rice Krispies! So, special thank you to Alex from Alpine for dialing in the car how, we want it. We did a DCT flash, which helps awake the transmission. When it's in auto, it kind of gets lost, I've noticed on this car. The shifts are much crisper and faster. We did a motor tune, which we've got some burbles now. When we rev up past 5,000 and then let off, it will actually burble. Downshifts, it doesn't burble, or just acceleration and kind of driving around, no burbles, which I like because I like to be selective when I can be obnoxious. Before we rip on this car even more, the rod bearings have to be done. So we're going to Eurotech next to have that completed. We're going to walk you through kind of why and how and what it looks like to take the motor apart. Then we're going to put it back on a dyno after the exhaust and the mods have been done, see how much gains we actually have, because tuning of this naturally aspirated S65 V8 is all about drivability, not actually about power, but you do pick some up. So how much? Stay tuned.